Okay, so did you know that your right to access public records is actually deeply rooted in constitutional law? It's true. The Supreme Court has long recognized this qualified common law right to inspect and copy public documents. And yes, that includes judicial records. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unlocking the local legal system of Yavapai County, Arizona. By the time we wrap up here, you are going to walk away with a really valuable, highly practical skill: the ability to confidently navigate, locate, and retrieve court cases and public records right in this region. Look, whether you're vetting a new contractor, checking out a prospective landlord, or honestly, you're just a curious citizen, mastering this process is literally so empowering. Let's get started.
Here is our investigator's playbook for this explainer. 1. Understanding Yavapai's courts. 2. What cases are public? 3. Essential tools and search steps. 4. Interpreting the case data. And 5. Privacy and legal ethics. Section 1. Understanding Yavapai's courts. Let's get the lay of the land. All right, the very first thing we need to talk about is this massive number, 36,000. That is the average number of annual cases handled by just the justice courts in Yavapai County alone. When you add in the 7,000 cases handled by the Superior Court, plus the roughly 1,000 cases in juvenile court, you are looking at an absolute mountain of administrative data. I mean, without a map, you are essentially looking for a needle in a 44,000 case haystack. So knowing how the court hierarchy works, that's absolutely crucial. It's your ultimate filter to help you locate specific documents quickly. Think of the court hierarchy as a giant sorting machine. On one side, we have the Yavapai County Superior Court. This is the highest court in the county, and it handles the heavy hitters, right? We're talking felony criminal prosecutions, probate matters, divorces, and family law. Then, on the other side, we have the justice courts, which have locations in places like Prescott, Verde Valley, and Mayer. They handle a huge volume of everyday localized issues: misdemeanors, landlord-tenant disputes, domestic violence cases. But here is the magic dividing line you need to remember for civil disputes: $10,000. If you're looking for $1 million civil lawsuit, that goes to the Superior Court. But if it's a small claim under $10,000, that's heading straight to the Justice Court. You've got to match your search to the right jurisdiction. And beyond those two main branches, we have specialized courts. Municipal courts, which you'll find in towns like Sedona, Cottonwood, and Prescott Valley, they handle local traffic offenses and city ordinance violations. Then we have the juvenile court, which processes about 1,000 cases every year regarding youth delinquency, truancy, and dependency. Understanding these different branches is super helpful because it ensures you know exactly where something like a local traffic ticket or a specialized youth matter is actually processed. Section 2. What cases are public? Let's figure out our boundaries. Now, while Arizona law generally loves transparency, there are some very strict exceptions in place to protect vulnerable people. Explicitly sealed records include things like adoptions, most juvenile records, identifying info about jurors and grand jury proceedings, plus medical and mental health records, along with sensitive personally identifiable information like social security numbers and driver's license numbers. Those are completely shielded from public view. These sensitive files require a special court order to unseal. So if you're running a search and coming up empty, it is highly possible the record just falls into one of these protected categories. Section 3. Essential tools and search steps. Time to execute the actual search. Okay, let's walk through the exact step-by-step process using the Arizona Judicial Branch's free online portal. It's called the Public Access Case Lookup. This is a really incredible centralized tool because it aggregates case data from 177 out of the 184 courts statewide. So, step 1, navigate to the portal online. Step 2, type in the exact party name, whether that's a person or a business, or the specific case number if you already have it. Step 3, just complete the CAPTCHA security check to prove you aren't a bot trying to scrape their data. And step 4, use the filters to refine your search results and locate your specific file. It really is a highly efficient way to do your preliminary research. But hey, what happens if you run that digital search and you just hit a wall? You can't find the case you're looking for online. Don't worry. This happens all the time, especially with older cases or highly specific documents that just haven't been fully digitized yet. It just means it's time to change up our approach. When the internet lets you down or when you need official, unredacted, physical copies, you've got to transition your toolkit from a digital space to a physical one. The clerk of the Superior Court actually provides physical public terminals. You can visit these kiosks in person at the Yavapai County Superior Court locations in Camp Verde, over at the Juvenile Justice Center, or right in Prescott. These terminals offer incredibly reliable, direct access to the court's internal index, which honestly often gives you a much more comprehensive view than the web portal.
Section 4, Interpreting the Case Data. Let's decode what you found.
Okay, listen up, because this is a massive point of confusion. You might think the courts handle everything. Actually, scratch that. Court records are not the same thing as arrest records. Criminal arrest reports and active warrants are completely separate. They are managed by the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office, not the courts. To get your hands on those, you don't use the court portal at all. Instead, you have to submit a public data request form directly to the Law Enforcement Records section, and you'll need to include a $5 search fee, which covers your first 10 pages. Understanding this little distinction up front is going to save you hours of searching in the wrong database.
Now, if you're looking for standard civil judgments or probate files, things like wills or estate matters, you basically have 3 distinct avenues for retrieval. Number 1, you can go in person to the clerk's office. Number 2, you can request them by mail to the Prescott Courthouse. Just make absolutely sure to include the case number and any of the mandatory copy fees. And number 3, you can go online via the Arizona Judicial Branch portal for unofficial copies. Just keep in mind that for probate records especially, some financial data might still be restricted or redacted by the clerk just to protect sensitive personal assets.
Section 5, Privacy and Legal Ethics. How to conduct responsible research. This quote right here basically anchors everything we've talked about today. As noted by the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press, the Supreme Court recognizes our qualified common law right to inspect judicial records. It's a foundational pillar of a transparent society, right? It allows us, the public, to serve as a vital check on the justice system. But you see that word qualified? That is the key. This right is constantly being balanced against competing privacy interests, which is exactly why certain records have to be sealed and why it's on us to handle the data we retrieve with real ethical consideration and respect.
Just a quick heads up before you go playing detective. This explainer provides general guidance for research purposes, and it absolutely does not substitute for professional legal advice. If you are dealing with a specific real-world legal matter, please always consult with a licensed attorney. But by mastering these tools, you are taking an active role in a transparent society, and you're empowering yourself to navigate your local government effectively. So, the only question left to ask is, what truths are you going to uncover in the public record today? See you next time.